Hello guys. Okay, so I guess today's my video day. So let me just pause this. I wanted to turn on the light that changes color. Anyway, I'm having a workshop tonight outdoors at the park. If you guys are on my yoga channel, you'll know that. But anyway, I wanted to show you guys what I got at World Market. There's a store called Cost Plus World Market. I know that the chains of stores are not always, in the same states. But anyway, I like this plate because I'm going to order off of Etsy, someone that makes these plates so you can use them for oracle readings. I'm going to hold it like this so it doesn't like show my reflection. But this one's really cool. They have this one at World Market, like I said, and it has all the zodiac signs. So I could do a reading like this. I'll bring it to the workshop tonight because I think this will be cool. And I think Carrie will like this too. And so in Spanish, they have the moon glass, and I really like that. Tell me if you guys like this. Now, the lady at the store was really nice, and she said that they're not ordering anymore. And I got there like late. Basically, I got there yesterday to, what did I want to buy there? A seasoning. And anyway, I didn't even know they had it. I did like a Google for the type of seasoning near me. And I was like, what? So I went there. I didn't know. They must have just started carrying that seasoning. Anyway, they had like two of these glass ones left. And this lady, as I was trying to make up my mind, she's like, excuse me, I just want to grab these two. And she picked up the other two glass. And I wanted to get two La Luna, right? And yeah, but anyway, I thought these will be nice for home parties, Halloween parties, because you can go trick-or-treating, I guess, if you want, even though they're saying you shouldn't go trick-or-treating. But I've always wanted a house party for Halloween, like a masquerade. So I'm gonna invite people over. I'm gonna like get the word out and then make the invitation. So that should be fun. Yeah, since it's my first one, people that I want there better show up because I'm gonna be mad. Okay, it should be fun. So anyway, so the center one is the only one that was left there, which is again the wheel, right? The wheel. Did I say the world? The wheel. Okay. And then what I like on the back is that they have it also on the back as well. Really nice, and it feels nice too. So yeah, I think ever since Swartz, whatever that jewelry store did that tarot collection, that was popular, and a lot of people started doing like the evil eye and all of that stuff. Since last year, that was a big marketing for them. But anyway, like all this tarot stuff, they're like taking it up a notch. I've noticed in the last year. So I went to Michael's. Michael's didn't have that great selection like they did last year, but maybe I went there too late because today's my first day going to Michael in like a long time. So maybe they sold out everything back in August. So anyway, I wanted to pull a card, the Halloween Oracle. I want to make my own deck, but I pulled from this deck that I really like. Okay, and it's called, this card that I pulled just to get a message for fun. I'm holding the camera so it's moving around. Skull of Flowers, creating through the ashes. And my interpretation of it before I read it was that whatever I'm going through, whatever you're going through that might be hard, just be creative and try to keep your joy and keep your happiness, and don't allow things to get worse, and don't take your frustration out on anyone. Just make the best of the situation. And the astrology is like that too, where it's about healing. And don't, like, for me, like if something is wrong, I speak up. I don't just sit there and take it. I say something, and I'm always right in the sense that not always right in everything. That's like, not what I'm saying. But if it's something wrong, then I know I'm right to say something because I wouldn't want that, and no one should have to deal with, any kind of BS. So, but when I read it, and I hate reading out loud, but I really like it, the little quote I'll show you the little quote right here. To blossom and bloom, the work must be done through fire and ashes. Our fortune, our fortune, it comes, right? So I just want to show you guys, you can pause and see it right here, okay? So I really like the words of it. Before flowers are born, they are sweet buds on a plant that came from a smaller form like a seed or a bud. The seed needs prepared, nourishing soil to grow to its potential. Some plants and trees only seed after fire or a period of extreme adversity like drought or flood. Sometimes we wish for a life different from the one we have, and that can mean radical change. Sometimes we have that new life. Everything falls apart to make it so, and that can be uncomfortable. We may lose our relationships or they may change. We might lose a job, have to move house, or become ill. All big events that lead to a reassessment of the how of our lives. The skull of flowers illustrates that there is a sureness and yet a rawness to creating again, to starting afresh. Sometimes the universe gives us a blank slate to work from, so we can build what we really want, rather than just settling for less. The skull of flowers celebrates not just a kind of phoenix energy, but an energy of success and full bloom through adversity. I like that. They mentioned the point is the adversity, because that was mentioned twice, right? So I really like this message because not everything is perfect. And sometimes, you know, we might doubt ourselves or get distracted, or for some of us it's hard to focus, whatever it is, right? But, you know, sometimes we're so creative that it's like, whoa, you know, how am I going to do this? What am I going to do? Like, there's so much I want to do, right? Or whatever your situation is. But sometimes that big change won't really happen until something bad happens. Like, you know, recently I've been trying to help someone, but we all have to help ourselves. Just like with me, I have to make sure that I'm doing right by me. You know, sometimes as encouraging as we can be to someone else or someone can be to us, we're the ones that have to make that change. And it's funny, I just thought of the moon is like not seeing the path clearly but still moving, right? And then the wheel card, you know, it's about all these different changes that we will go through, and the influence of it too, many meanings, right? But it's pretty powerful. I was going to share something else, and I just lost it. But man, let me pause and see if I can remember. I'm trying to remember, but maybe it'll come to me, maybe it won't. But the skull of flowers, right? Creating through the ashes. And, you know, we definitely have to do that. And I just thought, like West Coast, like all the fires, right? You know, oh, I remember now. So today, the bird got injured by the cat. And I went outside to take a picture. I'm like, oh no. And I ran over and I saved this little bird. And we put it in the cat cage, and I put it in my office here in this room, and I was like praying. I was like, God, send some angels, help this bird, don't let it die. And I was so afraid to pick up the bird wouldn't move, a little tiny bird. And I sent my son to get a napkin, and I picked it up, put it in the sink, and I'm like, watch it. And then I got the bird cage, put it in there, the cat cage, and for like an hour. And then my son was so good, he looked up how to, help a bird that's injured. And I kind of looked at the bird a little bit, and Anyway, we brought the bird back outside because I called one of my other kids and they're like, just bring it outside, see how it, open the cage, open the top part and the door part and see if it'll fly. And I immediately thought, oh, let me give it food and water. And when my son looked it up, he's like, don't feed it, don't do this, don't do that. And anyway, it took a while. I went back inside and I told him, you watch the bird. And I think he closed the top part, and then I could tell the bird like flew around a little bit when I initially had closed the front door and the bird flew to it and then went back when I opened it to the back of the cat cage. And a couple minutes later, my son closed the top part of the cage and the bird eventually flew out. So it took his little time to heal. But I thought it was really funny that my son said, now you can begin your true life, And it made me laugh. And then I think about it, because sometimes when kids say stuff, it sounds silly or funny, but it has powerful meaning. And I'm like, maybe that bird was just living a regular bird life. I don't know. And like now it's going to be more careful or, something like that. So it's kind of like us. We go through something and hopefully we don't make us bitter, but it just makes us wiser and stronger, right? Not like a chip on the shoulder. But yeah, sometimes it takes something hard to wake someone up to compassion or to be more aware, unfortunately. But yeah, so I thought, I didn't even think I took pulling this card lightly, but it's pretty cool. But anyway, all in good fun. I really like this plate. It's plastic. It's, it wasn't cheap. How much was this sucker? $12.99. So, it's good. And, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to get some other videos up, but I hope you guys like this little show and tell. If you guys got other glasses, I didn't look up online to see what other ones they had, but maybe they just did a major arcana, which would be cool. But for the lower suits, I really like the 9 of Pentacles. There's a lot of the regular suits I do like. But yeah, I like the Queens, of course, and the Kings. But anyway, yeah, happy October 1st, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.